Hi fans of high quality entertainment. It's time again to rank and review a John Lennon album. Thankfully, I have ranked and reviewed and listened all the way through the three experimental albums with Yoko Ono. And it's good to listen to something that contains music. Yeah, so when this came, what I like to do is reminisce because I'm old. So when this came out in 1970, I think my older brother bought it, and I think we were all, just like, McCartney's first solo album, McCartney, it was so raw and not as produced as Abbey Road was. And so it was disappointing on first listen or second listen or third listen. With this, it wasn't necessarily disappointing, at least from what I remember, but it was shocking because there were swear words. And at this time, in the early 70s, it was pretty rare that you would hear any swearing on an album. I was thinking live album because of The Who's Live at Leeds with Young Man Blues. Sweet F All. When Roger Daltrey sings that was kind of like he swore. And I grew up, in a household that didn't really swear, so it was even more shocking, right? Especially, when you hear a Beatle using the F word and all kinds of other words too. But the songs were enjoyable for the most part. Some I like some. Play that back.
Some I like some I like some.
At the time, I loved some songs more than others, is what I was trying to say. Mother, I loved, almost probably right away. Hold On, I found out. Working Class Hero, back in the day when I was a young boy, I think I found it a bit boring. And didn't understand the lyrics, of course, really, because I wasn't a working class hero. I was just a schoolboy. And one track that really stands out for me today, but in the past, I just thought it was okay, is the song Isolation. And what really opened up my ears to it, besides, the tracks on the recent Give Me Some Truth with everything remixed, sounding awesome. It was when Sean Lennon last year did a live performance of Isolation, and he's talented. He's got talent. Yes, maybe he's getting ahead a little bit in the music industry because of the name, but the guy still has talent and a really nice voice. So I was really impressed with his version of Isolation. And then Well, I kind of really like that. God. Now that was the shocking one. Talk about, not because of swearing, but because John Lennon's saying, I don't believe in, Zimmerman and God and Jesus, whatever he was going on about. But to end it with, I don't believe in Beatles. Unless you grew up in the 60s and, were a fan in the 60s, it might not have the same shock value, because later on, the Beatles had broken up or John Lennon had passed away, and so maybe it's not quite the shock value. But back then, we weren't sure if the Beatles had totally broken up for good or not. But when John Lennon says, I don't believe in Beatles, that was a biggie, and that was a shocker. It's like, what do you mean you don't believe in Beatles? What's that all about? What do you believe? You just believe in Yoko and you? But I totally understand, the lyrics now, but back then it was, like I said, a shock. And My Mummy's Dead, the little snippet, it was like, what a downer way to end the album. But, and at that time, I hadn't gone through my own mother's passing. She passed away when I was 18. So it didn't get to me like it would for some people. And, but it was just, just a, where am I going with this? This is such a raw, amazing album. I don't know, at the moment, I'll let you in on a little secret now. It goes to #1 on the rankings. I know, it's a big shocker. But I love the raw production by Phil Spector. I'm usually not a fan of Phil Spector's production. Even George Harrison, with All Things Must Pass, in later years he was saying that there was too much echo and everything, and it was overproduced. This is not overproduced. In fact, it's underproduced, which really makes it shine. And Ringo, the drums, Klaus Voormann on bass, John on guitar. I love all of the songs. My favorites are, I think Mother is one of the greatest songs of all time. And just the way it builds with his emotions. Hold On is nice. I Found Out is great. Working Class Hero I appreciate now, because I have been a working class hero for quite a few years now. Isolation is a classic. Remember is awesome. Love is sweet. Well, Well, Well is great. Look at Me, I love that. God is the other of my two favorite songs, or three favorite, is Mother, Isolation, and God. I played this last night, just, I know the album very well, but I wanted to play it one more time before I did the review and ranking. And, on two of the songs, Mother, and especially Well, 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 especially near the end, John's screaming. Well, well, well! He's really screaming. And most John Lennon fans will take that and not complain. But when Yoko is screaming, why? And she's screaming with even more rage, like it's, and more feeling than John. And the music is awesome, like in a song like Why by Yoko Ono. John's guitar work is just amazing as far as I'm concerned. People will put down or laugh at it or whatever, and she's screaming why. She's actually not just screaming, she's getting, she's saying something why, right? And John's kind of screaming at the end, well, well, well. But, fans don't put that down, but they'll put anything that Yoko does when it's screaming. But I'm not saying that all the John Lennon fans love him screaming in Well, 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 or even at the end of Mother, but just getting my feelings out there. So I usually, for these ranking reviews, I'll say production, favorite song, least favorite song. So for the production, it's not the, and I guess there is a new remixed album coming out, I believe in April, and I'm looking forward to that. But even though the production is just very good, but it's so basic, I have to give it an A+, because it fits what he was doing then. Going kind of like Paul McCartney, going back to the basics and just the raw production. And so it just suits everything for the songs. And if I had to pick a favorite song, it would have to be Mother. My least favorite song would be, but I love them all, right? But my least favorite would be, besides Mummy's Dead, I'm not going to count that because it's just kind of a snippet of a track. Yeah, there's going to be times that I won't tell you a least favorite because there isn't one. So I'm not going to just throw out some song when I love it. So there is no least favorite song. And the album cover, I think that is a definite classic. Of course, Yoko Ono's Plastic Ono Band, her first real solo album. It's just them reversed. So I'm sure there's been times somebody has bought the wrong album. And of course the back is really cool too, with John as a little boy. And yeah, so this is a definite classic. I don't know if it will stay at number one, I really don't. But it is going to stay pretty high at the top. And I would love your thoughts on John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Well. Oh well. Knees crack.